and welcome to Life in Envelopes. If you're thinking, wait a second, isn't this video like way overdue? Yes. I am Jennifer Bleecher. Welcome to Life in Envelopes. So today, because I'm a little bit behind schedule, we are going to close out my budget for the 4th week of November. We're going to set up the budget for the 5th week of November, and we're going to do all the cashed envelope stuffing today. So that's my bills binder, my sinking funds, my savings challenges, my cash envelopes that I carry around with me in my wallet. All of that is happening today. So please keep watching. By the way, friends, if you're not already subscribed, please consider subscribing. This channel is all about planning and budgeting, and I have so much coming up this year, and I cannot wait to share everything with you guys. Okay, so let's start in the back, looking at her expense trackers, my expense trackers. So the way she does expense trackers, the way I use her expense trackers is I do one expense tracker per week. I color code all of my spending by budget category, and then I make a key at the bottom of the page. I then use that information when I go to close out my budget at the end of the month. And I actually am doing that this week. We will be closing out the budget on Wednesday. So that video should be coming out either Wednesday or Thursday. Okay, so it was a pretty straightforward week. My food plan worked. My food plan for Thanksgiving was to spend most of our money, our grocery money, on our Thanksgiving meal, and then eat leftovers and pantry items the rest of the week. And that worked out well for us. So let's take a look at bills. So we had one bill come out this week, and that was for our City of Ames bill. That covers water and electricity. We are in budgeting billing, so they charge us the same amount every month. And then at the end of the year, they let us know how we did. So I actually already got the statement on that, and next year this number is going to go down. Does that like ever happen to anybody? I was so shocked. I mean, I just assumed it would go up each year. This number is actually going to go down. We're getting a slight refund from last year, and what they've done with that is they've applied it to the bill, like the okay, I'm not explaining this well. So there's there's an annual amount that they believe we're going to spend on our water and electricity next year. The amount that they owe us for this past year, they've taken that amount out. So then what was left, they divided by 12, and that's how they came up with our new payment, which is going to be less than $274. I don't remember exactly what it is, but we should find out. I think January is the first month where it will be less. Okay, moving on to debt. We had one debt payment of $142. I wrote debt. It was for loan number 2. I don't know why I wrote debt. That's funny. So this is a loan for a debt consolidation that we did at the beginning of this journey. We did 2 different loan consolidations or debt consolidations. Loan 1 has been paid off, and now we are currently working on loan 2. Okay, moving on to food. So I already explained this. We were able to stay in our food budget using that strategy that I told you about at the beginning of the video. Okay, gas. We spent $20 on gas. Miscellaneous. So we ended up only spending $20 on miscellaneous. We started the week with $50, but then we did a savings challenge when we did the cash envelope stuffing. And I played this little game with my viewers. And based on what my viewers picked, we ended up putting, what was it? Let me just grab it now. $30. So last week's game, we ended up putting $30 towards our savings challenge, which was very exciting. I'm trying to save a $1,000 cushion for my bank account just so that as bills come out, I have a little bit of cushion in there. Okay, so we did $45 for spending. So that was 20 for me, 20 for David, and 5 for Logan. That's actually going to be going up this week, so we'll take a look at that when we set up this week's budget. Sinking funds, we set aside $30 for sinking funds. Okay, so those were all of the expenses that came out this week. Let's take a look at our budget worksheets and see how it all works out. Starting with our main budget worksheet. So I have 2 budgets kind of happening simultaneously. The first one is a monthly budget. This is most of our fixed expenses. So most of our debts, most of our bills are covered by this one paycheck. David, my husband, he's paid once a month, and he's paid a fixed amount. and we figured out a way where most of our fixed expenses can be covered by his paycheck. So my paycheck, which is once a week and variable, covers the remaining bills that we weren't able to cover here, as well as all of our variable expenses. Okay, so taking a look here, so this week, Ames, the city of Ames came out, and that was $274. So the only two bills that haven't come out this month yet are Hulu and student loan, and I don't think I'm going to have to pay student loan this month. I have applied for the PSLFA, Public Service Loan Forgiveness, and that offer expired on October 31st. But the whole thing was, if you were in public service for 10 or more years, and so a minimum of 10 years, and you made 10 years of payments, then you could apply to have your public service loan forgiven, which I did apply for, and it was approved. But due to litigation that's currently happening, they wrote me an email saying that even though it was approved, they could not release the funds yet to pay off the loan, but that I won't have to pay it until the litigation is over. So I'm not going to have to pay that this month. It's not forgiven yet. Well, it's technically has been forgiven, but they can't get the money. So I don't know how this is all going to work out in the very end, but I do know this month I'm not going to have to pay it. So we're going to have an extra $73 to work with at the end of the month. Okay, let's go on to week 4. Okay, for us, week 4 covers the time period of November 17th through November 23rd. I was paid $507. So I try to pay myself $507 a week. This is all of my sources of income, like combined into my business account, and from my business account, I pay myself, and I try to pay myself $507. Unfortunately, I'm not always able to do that if I haven't made enough money, but that is my goal. My sources of income are Etsy, YouTube, Patreon, and I have some affiliate links as well. Okay, we also received several Buy Me a Coffees last week, which came to $95. So Buy Me a Coffee is a tipping app, and we never ever expect to receive any Buy Me a Coffees. It's always such a surprise and such a delight when people choose to make us part of their budget. We're just so honored when people do that. But they did tip us $95, which we put straight towards Christmas last week. So altogether that came to $602. Okay, moving down here to loan number 2, we paid $142 to loan number 2, $5 to garbage, $10 to Alliant Energy, and $5 to WW. So altogether that came to $162. So 602 minus 162 is 440. Bring that down here to our variable. I feel like my pen's dying. I'm gonna switch pens. Okay, so we spent $200 on food. We spent $20 on gas. We only spent, was it 20? I think it was 20 on miscellaneous. Yeah, 20 on miscellaneous and then 30 on savings. So we did the 20 to miscellaneous and then we spent 30 on savings, 45 on our spending money. So let's see how much that would be all together there. So altogether that was $285. So 440 minus 285. That left us with $155 to work with. Bringing that up here to our sinking funds, we put $10 towards car maintenance, $5 towards car registration. We ended up putting $105 towards Christmas. So we normally put $10, but we also had that $95 from Buy Me a Coffee. So altogether we were able to put $105 towards Christmas last week. We put $5 towards our vet envelope. So all together that came to $125. So $155 minus $125 is $30. And that's exactly how much we put towards the savings challenge, which brings our total down to 0. That is our goal. Each week we want to have a leftover amount of 0, which simply means we have told our money where to go. our money has a place in our budget. There's no extra money just hanging out with no purpose. We've told our money where to go. Sometimes we tell our money it needs to roll over to the next week and we have a rollover line. But in this case, we don't have a rollover line. So it's time to set up week 5. So she only gives you 5 weeks total of budgets in the workbook. And I used 6 this month because I used 1 for the whole month for David's paycheck. And then I needed 5 for my paycheck. So what I did is I took a budget worksheet from a previous month that I didn't use and I glued it with double stick tape. I taped it to this page here. So that's how I was able to get a 5th budget page, or a 6th budget page actually. Okay, so for us, week 5 is November 24th through November 30th. Okay, so let's set up our budget for this week. I had another great week with my small business, so I am going to be able to pay myself $507. We had another great week with Buy Me a Coffee. You guys, you are so amazing. So I want to give a shout out to Pam, someone, which means there's an anonymous tipper, and Alicia. All together, we received $65 in tips from Buy Me a Coffee. Again, we're going to be putting that towards Christmas. And this is actually the last time we're going to do that because it is time to start Christmas shopping. And I am going to make a video sharing all the gifts that we're going to get for the kids. The kids being Jacob and Logan. Those are my 2 sons. And then Jacob's girlfriend, Sierra. They're pretty serious. They live together. Okay, so 507 plus 65 is 572. Coming down here to our bills, we set aside $142 for loan number 2. Every week we pay that amount. Garbage, we set aside 5. Alliant Energy, 10, and WW 5. So altogether, that is 162. So 572 minus 162 would be 412. Okay, now I'm not trusting myself. Nope. 410. See, I knew I wasn't quite right. 410. Okay, moving down to our variable expenses. These are the envelopes that I carry around with me in my wallet. So we have 410 to work with. 200, we actually leave 200 in the account designated for food. We used to pull it out in cash, but we go to Sam's Club and then we also do a grocery pickup each week at another grocery store. Sam's Club, we do the scan and go, and then where you can scan as you're going through the store. And then with the grocery pickup, we have to pay when we order. So altogether, it comes to 200 that we have to spend in those 2 places. We also, if we're going to be eating out at all, we will take money from that. Basically, eating out money comes from our grocery money. So food money is food money. So then we have $20 for gas. For miscellaneous, we're going to budget $50 right now. And we're going to do the savings challenge in today's video. So I'm going to budget $0, but it's actually going to be whatever you guys end up picking, that's how much we're going to put in towards our savings challenge. So stay tuned. That's coming in just a few minutes here. For spending money, we are now increasing this to $50. So it used to be 20 for David, 20 for me, 5 for Logan. We are expecting more from Logan as he's getting older. So we are upping his allowance to $10 a week versus $5 a week. And I'm also I want him to be more aware of what he's spending money on. So he's going to be also in charge of spending more of his money on things that he wants versus asking us for money. Like he'll get his allowance, he has money, and he'll have to learn we'll help him learn how to budget and spend his money wisely. That's the goal here. Okay, so all together, that's $320, right? Let me double check. Yes, $320. So 410 minus 320 leaves us with $90. Okay, so I'm gonna bring that up here to our sinking funds. So car maintenance gets $10, car registration gets $5. This week, Christmas is going to get $75. The $65 from Buy Me a Coffee plus 10 more from our family budget for a total of $75. That is going to get $5. So let's see how much that is all together. It should be $90 if I did it right. Huh. That's 95. So I must have done something wrong. I know what I did wrong. I meant to, when I upped Logan's allowance by $5, I meant to increase our income by $5. So our income should be $512, not $507. Let me quickly correct all those numbers. There we go. Now we have 95 to work with. We've spent 95 in our sinking funds, bringing our total to 0. We're not putting any money towards extra debt right now because all of our extra money is going to go towards our savings challenge. So at this point in time, it's 0, but let's head over to our cash envelopes. We're going to stuff our cash envelopes. We're going to play the savings challenge game, and we're going to put some of this money from miscellaneous over here to our savings challenge. Okay, so let's start by seeing how much money we have to work with this week. We have 20, 40, 60, 81, 10, 20, 30, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. So we have $160 to work with this week. It would actually have been more than that, but I'm not going to stuff the Buy Me a Coffee money. I'm leaving that in the account, and I actually deposited the other money. Let's just jump right to that instead of, let's see, where that would have been in sinking funds. So as you can see, I took all the money out of my Christmas envelope and I deposited it into the bank. I wanted to be able to spend money on Black Friday through Cyber Monday, so I went ahead and I did that, and I also left the $65 from Buy Me a Coffee in the bank as well, so that I am now ready to spend all the money on Christmas. But you're probably wondering, because I'm wondering too, how much was that? How much did it end up being? Give me a second, let me go check. Okay friends, so we had $255 in the envelope. Today we added $65 from Buy Me a Coffee, which means, oh my gosh, wait, is that right? Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. So we have $320 to spend on Jacob, Logan, and Sierra for Christmas. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to shop. I'm so excited to share everything with you guys. So, can't wait to make that video. Okay, so that's why we don't have that money here, because we already have it in the bank. Let's start with bills today. Okay, starting with garbage, we're going to add $5 today. So our goal is to get $60. Once we have $60, we will deposit the money in the bank and we will be able to pay our garbage bill. So 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. So the garbage bill comes out once every 3 months. So we have $45 towards that. Alliant Energy, you know what? Next week. Next week I'm going to up this amount. It's going to start going up. I know it is. It did last year, so I just need to be prepared for that. But what I'm doing now is $10 a week, and then once I hit 40, I deposit it. I think for winter, I'm going to double that just to be safe. If we don't spend it all, that's fine. We can use the extra and put it towards a savings challenge. But it's better to be prepared than not have enough money to pay my bills. Okay, WW gets $5. And once WW gets to 20, I deposit that and then I can pay that bill as well. Okay, those are the bills. Let's move on to sinking funds. So car maintenance will get $10 today. For us, car maintenance covers oil changes and any repairs at all that come up. So it's an ongoing envelope. It's not like a set amount that I'm trying to reach. So we're gonna add $10 today, and let's see how much we have. 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. I love to see how quickly this adds up. It seems like I just got my oil changed and we're already back up to $60. That's awesome. Car registration is going to get $5. And this is a bill that I pay once a year. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. So we currently have $50 saved for that. Christmas, we already discussed that. Vet is going to get $5. So that is like car maintenance, where it's just going to continue to build, because we do have an annual vet visit that costs about $300, but we also have other things that come up during the year that I don't know are going to happen. But I don't know exactly when they're going to happen, but I know that they are going to happen, that things happen. So we want to continue to save money for that. So 20, 30, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80. Basically, what I'm trying to say is I need $300 in this envelope by May when Mork has his annual vet visit, but I also want to go above and beyond that so I have extra money if we have any emergencies between now and then, or even after then. Just anytime we have to take Mork to the vet and do anything special with Mork. Okay, let's do our cash envelopes. Okay, so I get $20 of spending money. Logan gets 10. And David gets 20. Gas money, we're gonna put $20 in our envelope for gas money. This just seems to be like the perfect amount for us. $20 a week is like exactly what we need. Miscellaneous, so we should have 50 left over, and it looks like we do, 20, 40, 50. And part of this is going to go to our savings challenge, which we are going to do right now. Let's see how much of that we're going to put towards the savings challenge. Okay, so we are currently doing the Piggy Savings Challenge. By the way, this is a monthly planner from ERIN CONDREN, and what that is you get the monthly spread, and then you just get like one dashboard and then just lined pages. And then I have a notes section in the back, and that's where I'm doing my savings challenges for 2023, which we have already started. Okay, so the Piggy Savings Challenge is from my Etsy shop, and this is what it looks like. It comes in all different colors, including rainbow, which is super fun. So we are working on one challenge at the moment. I'm focusing all of my energy on this one challenge. The goal is to get a $1,000 cushion for our checking account. So let's start by seeing how much we have. So we have 500 in our account already, and then in addition to that we have 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. So we have 580 at this moment. Today we are going to deposit, see what we could possibly deposit today. I'm doing increments of $10, but I think our lowest possibility is 20. So we're either going to save today either 20, 30, 40, or 50, depending on what my viewers picked, what number they picked. So I'm going to turn these around, I'm going to mix them up, and then we'll see which number you guys picked this week. Oops. Okay, so here's my thought. Normally, I like this to be as high as possible. I think it's very exciting to save money, and I really want to accomplish this savings challenge goal. But I also, even though we have the $320 to spend on Christmas, I wouldn't mind having a little bit extra just in case I want to go over at all. I would use my miscellaneous money to cover any extra Christmas expenses that aren't covered by the $320 that we're going to be using. So I wouldn't mind if there's a little bit extra today. So let's just jump in, see which one you guys picked. So this is going to be 1, 2, 3, and 4. And we had 8 friends pick number 1, 13 picked number 2, 12 picked number 3, and 17 picked number 4. So today's magic number is number 4. Okay, that's fine. It's a little higher than I would have liked. I would have liked to have done the 20 this week, but it's fine. It's still good because we're still saving money, so that's what's good. Let's see what the other numbers were. Number 1 was 40. Whew, glad I didn't pick that. Number 2 was 20, so that's the one I was hoping for this week. And that means that number 3 was 50. I'm so glad I didn't pick these this week. Okay, so we are going to deposit $30 from our miscellaneous envelope into our savings envelope. So 20 and a 10 makes 30. So that gives us an extra 20 to spend on Christmas. That's nice. What I'm thinking is like stocking stuffers. I want to get some stocking stuffer items. Okay, so I think, and I would like to share that with you guys too when I make the video about what I got my kids for Christmas. I also want to share like the stocking stuffer stuff that I get for them. Okay, so now let's see how much we have. 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 91, 110. Whew, that's awesome. So we added 3 piggies today. So there's 1 and 2 and 3 for a total of 110 because each row equals $100. Okay, friends, that was a lot. This was quite a full video. I hope that you enjoyed today's video. If you did, will you please give it a thumbs up? And I will see you all again next time. Bye, everyone.